Hello, this is Oscar the Studios, and today I'll be explaining the Battle of Austerlitz. So the Battle of Austerlitz was the culminating battle in the War of the Third Coalition. And a bit of backdrop, the War of the Third Coalition was a war, part of the Napoleonic Wars between the First French Empire and Napoleon, and Great Britain, Austria, and Russia. Now, I won't explain the entire War of the Third Coalition here, but I will explain it down in the description. But let's get to the battle. The Battle of Austerlitz took place on December 2nd, 1805, which happens to be the first anniversary of the coronation of Napoleon. Now, the Allies have a large army of 85,000 men. The French, under Napoleon, have 73,000 men. Now, before the battle, Napoleon had feared that the Allies would join up before giving battle with a massive Russian army, as so they could annihilate Napoleon. So in order to prevent this and having the Allies launch a premature attack, Napoleon lets them have Pratzen Heights, which he had previously occupied, and furthermore, he weakens his right flank. Now, what makes Austerlitz Napoleon's masterpiece is that he predicts everything that the Russians and Austrians will do. He predicts that General Franz von Weyrother has made a plan to launch a massive oblique attack against the French right, cut off his line of retreat, and just annihilate the entire French army. So Napoleon predicts this and purposely makes his right flank very, very weak. Now, the problem is that when Franz von Weyrother was explaining his plans to his generals, most of them were asleep or not paying attention. And furthermost, to make things worse, a fun fact here, General Buxhowden is in charge of the entire Allied left flank, and he has a very strong liking to alcoholic drinks. And he takes a very lot of it at the wrong time, which is during the battle. He gets drunk during the battle, essentially, and you will see what happens. But the Battle of Austerlitz starts off at 8 a.m. December 2nd, 1805. The morale of the French troops is very, very high, as this is the first anniversary of their emperor's coronation. So the Allies begin their attack with the four columns under Buxhowden attacking two divisions of Soult's men. The French are outnumbered 2-1, but these are highly trained divisions, and so even though they are pushed back, they do manage to regain some of the ground they lost. And essentially what you have here is a seesaw battle. The Allies do take some casualties, but the French overall are losing down at the right. But Marshal Davout and his Third Corps rush up to reinforce with 6,000 men. So the Allies are now in a bit of a traffic jam here. They're not making any progress. So what they do is they try to pull down more men, as according to their plan. So they're not changing. What they're essentially doing is they're not changing their plan. They're just trying to keep with their plan, but just modifying it. So they're just pulling down troops from the center. Now here's the big question. Why didn't they use troops from Grand Duke Constantine's reserve? I'm kind of curious about that. Why they're pulling troops down from Pratzen Heights? Maybe it was more convenient. I don't know. If you do know, please post it in the comments. But anyways, they pull Collat's fourth column down. Now this is what Napoleon wants. Pratzen Heights is essentially empty and devoid of Allied troops. He has the remainder of Soult's corps, charge up and occupy Pratzen Heights and destroy whatever Allied troops were there. At the same time, Bernadotte's First Corps charges up and also occupies Pratzen Heights. Up north, General Marshal Lannes and his Fifth Corps is having a fight out with Bagration and his advance guard, and they're making very little progress, but it's a pretty heated battle up there. Right, so effectively, the Allied army is cut in two, which is a very, very, very bad situation. So Liechtenstein launches his cavalry in the attack against Bernadotte's left. However, he is countercharged by Murat's French cavalry, who drive him off. So the day is not going very, very well for the Austrians and the Russians. So, and essentially, they have lost pretty much. But in the one last attempt, Grand Duke Constantine finally launches an Imperial Guard to charge up Pratzen Heights against Bernadotte's divisions. Now, this is where some of you might know the 24th line famously loses its eagle, which might have been the only small Russian victory in the entire battle. Kind of funny, but so the French take some casualties against the Russian Imperial Guard. However, the French Imperial Guard charge, so we have Guard vs. Guard, and subsequently drive off the Russian Imperial Guard. So as of now, the entire Russian army is pretty much defeated. General Collerat is retreating to the east with Soult's division in pursuit. However, Marshal Soult decides to change and quit pursuing Collerat and instead turn his attention to Buxhowden. He manages to trap Buxhowden down at Sachin Pond, so he and Davout's men corner Buxhowden's troops at Sachin Pond. Now, what Buxhowden tries to do is he and his men try to escape across the ponds, which are frozen, but the French fire upon it, destroying the ice. So his men are forced to surrender. Now, the Battle of Austerlitz was Napoleon's greatest victory, and I hope this video helped explain all the tactics. So I hope you enjoyed it, and please subscribe.